Hey everyone, so I just pre-picked the spread, and what I'm automatically getting is you recently was just dating someone. Everything happened pretty quickly here. Um, at first, you were dating, I'd say within the first maybe couple of weeks, you start realizing that this person has some sort of control issues. You didn't really think anything of it because it's the beginning of the relationship, and whatever he or she did, people tend to brush past the first initial signs of things, especially when they want to be in love or when they want to really date the person that they're dating. So you kind of brushed past it and you were like, okay, well, maybe it's just not what I think it is. Maybe it's not controlling. You didn't see it as that. So you kept going out on dates. You feel like you've done this over and over with people, though. You have a tendency of finding love quickly. You do have a tendency of finding love quickly or falling for people quickly or moving fast. But you didn't think anything of it when this person just said, oh, I want you all to myself, or they're always trying to have you secluded. You're thinking, because it's in the beginning, oh, it's so cute or it's so adorable. Like, I love, I want my partner all to myself too. But as time went on, everything was going great, but there was that concern in the back of your head. There was always that concern. It really concerned you when they probably was like, let's get engaged or married very quickly, but you still kept going. You're like, okay, maybe this is finally it. What they were doing was they were actually trying to build themselves to be like the perfect person for you, and you kind of knew this. You knew that they were actually trying to build themselves to be the perfect person for you. You had a very big awareness, like you had clarity, and this person had a lot of power in how they were coming for you. They were just love bombing you and taking all these wonderful dates, and just, it was beautiful until it quickly came to them being them true selves. They already started being restrictive, like, you can't do this, you can't do that, or snappy. I see them being very snappy, restrictive, manipulative, or they could just always try to convince you to do something that's doing it their way. They never want you to do it your way. And so, since this was quickly lived, and you're like, oh, this is a whole nother person from what they showed me, you're taking a break. You're taking a break. You're like, you know what? I don't have to deal with this. We are just starting out and we can't already be like this. You find new love quickly, you know what I mean? So I don't feel like I don't feel like you cut off everyone that you initially had either, because it's been so quick. Like, you just started dating, but you're like, well, we can get engaged. You were game. Like, you're a sucker for love. You're willing to fall in love fast, and you're willing to try to make things work together. The thing is, when they started doing this, even though you seen it in the beginning, and you were already a little concerned about it, but they kept, love bombing you, and, taking on these beautiful dates and retreats and taking you out, it could be a lot of things with nature, or if not, it could just be just things you haven't done before necessarily, or you have, but you just haven't found anyone that actually has interest in doing the same things as you. And so now that you're seeing this, now you're seeing, the good old magician at its best and the masks coming off. You're like, oh no, I don't have to deal with this. I can really find someone else. Like, I can still be on the market. I'm fresh off of the market. I can still be on the market. I don't have to I can really not talk to you. And they're not taking it well. Because they're trying to make it seem like, well, you're the one being different. You're the one switching so fast. Like, what happened? They're trying to act like they don't know what happened, but really they do know. They know exactly what this is. They know exactly what they did, and they just know that you're not taking the crap. They're used to people that are taking the crap all the time. They're not used to people standing up for themselves or being like, I can go get someone else. They're not used to the confidence that you have. Yeah, and they're not used to the love that you have for yourself. Unconditional love, self-love. oneness, passion, affection, attraction. They're not used to their partner being so attractive. You know, they're not used to you having women or men being so attracted to you, or they're not used to their partner, you know, being so attractive and having so much self-love and confidence. They're not used to that. Hammer, sabotage, rebuilding, interrogation, persists working on it. So yeah, they're persistent on just maybe knocking on your door a lot, you know, knocking a lot on your door, or just trying to hammer something in your head, trying to make you believe something. But it's really just self-sabotaging, and it sabotages the connection here. It doesn't make it any easier, especially when they've already showed their hand. They will be coming over today or within the next like week or so, constantly, and they will want to argue. They will want to argue, and you will be tired of it. Like, it will wear you out. This is the type of person that likes to wear you physically out. They like to physically wear you out. Okay? They like to make sure you're so worn down that you don't have the energy to go out with nobody else. You're going to be like, I should have never showed them where I lived. I should have just left well enough alone. They might even try to follow you certain places from your house and things like that, and they don't care. It's in plain sight. You just wait for it. You're gonna see. And you know, they're not dangerous to where they're gonna harm you physically, but the way they're gonna be acting, you're not gonna even know. You're gonna be like, well, you never know. I don't know what you're gonna do. I always gotta look over my shoulder. You're gonna have to look, always pay attention to them. They're going to make sure they get your attention. Dragonfly. Be lighthearted, finding out things, coming into light, adapt and change and heal. So as you're healing, things are going to change. You know, I don't feel like you're going to get back with them, and it's going to make them come for you even more. Because they feel like they're stabbed in the back. They're heartbroken. They can't take separation, and they feel like it's a shocking attack. Also, you got to be careful, because this person they're not going to physically harm you, but like I said, they could switch up, like sudden change, shocking news, surprise epiphany, upheaval, transformation. They're going to be like, well, this came out of nowhere, but really they know it did not come out of nowhere. They know it did not come out of nowhere. Camera, they could just be like, they are crazy enough to act like they would do something. They could be taking pictures of your house like I just drove by, or they could be sending you old photos, or really not old because you guys have a fairly new love, but like photos that you took in the beginning, vacations. But yeah, you are very capable of finding new love. I don't feel like you cut everyone off, and they're just not used to someone being self-confident and having certain standards about themselves. That is going to ultimately be like, no, I don't have to take this attitude. Like, are you okay? You know, so just be on the lookout for that. This person is going to bother you for a little while. I don't see forever, but they are going to have to, they don't go through separation easily. And I feel like you've been through this before. You've been through falling in love fast, and then the people that, you know, when it doesn't work out, or moving fast, and when it doesn't work out, it's mostly you're okay with letting it go, but then the other person is like, no, like, why did you play with me? It's a dangerous thing. It's been a dangerous thing for you. So yeah, just make sure you're mindful. Maybe try to slow yourself down is what Spirit is saying. And, you know, don't be so quick to say those 3 words, or don't be so quick to be like, we can do this, we can get married, or we can, you know, we're just alike and we can get married. And you know, you live in a fantasy land almost sometimes with love. Like, you just love the ideal of love, but you're going to grow out of that too. So, you know, don't worry about it too much. You know, stay safe and just try to keep yourself level. This person will have to figure out how to keep themselves level. You will have some visits at your house. You're going to be like, I wish I never showed them so quickly where I lived. You will have them kind of like, you know, around certain places that you're probably at. And you will have them maybe following you or sending you photos or trying to plead or make you feel guilty, but you don't have to fold. I don't see you really folding and going back, because it really turned you off, and this was quick-lived anyway for you, and you kind of felt it from the beginning, but you were actually somewhat willing to go further if they were going to act completely perfect. But no one's perfect, so that's what I'm saying. The fantasy land of love is in you. So that is what I have for you. If you resonated with this, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications, and I'll see you on the next one. You know, come with a lot. Later.